Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name's Zach, and this is the Monster Garden where I do monster readings. So the topic for today's reading is, what do people secretly admire about you, or what do they secretly appreciate about you? So it could be something that you have no idea that people were appreciating this about you, or it could be something that you knew people kind of liked or that you were good at, but you had no idea how much other people really admired this about you. So we've got four piles: pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Pile 1 is this cute little orange character. It's a little clip. Pile 2 is this nice little piece of driftwood. Pile 3 is this really big, nice, gnarled piece of driftwood. And then pile 4 is this doll that someone made of Mr. Bobo, the main character from my game. And so the cards are also characters from my game, monsters from my game, Monster Garden. So yeah, that's the four groups. Take a minute and you can pause the video if you need to, and just choose the pile that feels like it's the one for you. You can always watch more than one reading if you feel that two of the piles are for you. And then once you've chosen one, just open the description for this video and there will be timestamps, which are times you can click on when your reading starts. So pause the video if you need to do that, and then when you're ready, click on your reading, and I'm going to start reading one now. Thanks. Hey pile 1, this is your reading for the little orange character. So I pulled out two cards at first. We'll look at those, and then I'm going to draw some more from the deck to get some details. So this is what people secretly admire about you. Let's look. We've got baby, follow the fun. Okay, you guys are fun. And we've got reversed creation, bring your vision to life card. Reversed visionary artist. I feel like, so this visionary artist card is a message of like telling you to just almost selfishly pursue your vision, do what you want, and make your mark on the world, even if no one understands it. But in reverse, I feel like this is saying you don't have a huge ego like that. You don't insist on things and demand on doing things your way. You just focus on the fun in the moment, which is what baby does. And baby just doesn't have any long-term plans. Baby is just spinning around, having fun, enjoying those connections with other people, seeing where they lead, and just enjoy the moment. So I feel like you are a unpretentious, fun person who likes to like have a good time. People don't have to like wonder what your ulterior motive or long-term goal is. You're just there to have fun and connect with people. And down to earth and fun. It seems like that's the basic vibe I'm getting from those two cards. Let's look at some more. So for the others, I'm just going to shuffle and let some cards fall out if they do. Let's see here. Shuffling cards. Okay, there's one. Okay, Friar. Interesting. Friar is the one about very clear, heading for the goal with no distractions. I feel like you at least seem to people like there's no, like I said, no ulterior motives, no, like nothing to worry about, secret motives. You're just very clear and direct, obviously just here to have fun, connect with people. So very, I guess, honest and like simple in a good way. Let's see what other ones come up. I'll try to get maybe like 3 or so more. There's one. Let's just do them first, then we can uncover them afterwards. I kind of just take any that stick out of the deck. They don't necessarily have to fall to the table. Still working on my technique. There we go. Just move that one out of the way so we can see all these cards. Right, so we've got the sparkling seedling. Wow. The Let's Grow seedlings. We've got Q And we've got reversed jelly pot. I think people find it very healing and nurturing to be around you, how you seem just simple and honest, no deep or sinister motives. These cards are both very much about healing. The sparkling seedling is in the game, each one represents a whole level of the game. So they kind of represent growth and discovery and exploration and, healing and growing your garden. This is a bully character that decides to reform its ways and find a community of people that, want to experience a new, healthier way of being, just creating some new identity of being connected and healthy. So it's, the opposite of a bully. So I think you're like the opposite of a bully. People just feel like they can let their guard down. You're just there to enjoy the connections, like discover new things. Maybe they feel like they get new ideas or can have an adventure with you, and it's totally safe. You're not going to insult someone or put them down. You're just going to be there to have a fun journey together. And then with Jellypot is a monster. This is Jellypot reversed, who is very serious on the outside while being playful on the inside. And it feels like they're kind of hiding and holding back a lot, kind of have a knowing smirk on their face. So it's a positive character, but in this context, I feel like since that's reversed, it's saying that people, again, it doesn't feel like you're hiding something or holding back the way that Jellypot is. You're just upfront, maybe saying what you think. Not there doesn't appear to be a barrier between what you're thinking and saying. And again, a lot of this can just be what people admire about you. It could be how you seem. It's not to say that you just speak your mind and have nothing going on the inside, but you come off as just seem fun, open, and safe to be around. That's what I feel like is coming through pretty clearly with all of these cards, which is a very beautiful reading. We've got the key one is just this baby following the fun card. Baby is just a spinning little hippo baby, just enjoying the connections with each monster that it meets, never trying to, never doing anything mean and never really having a long-term plan, just enjoying the moment. And then with Friar, it's this clear energy and this like safe, reformed bully that just wants to engage in healing and connection, no more of this mean stuff. So I think I'm just gonna end the reading there because this was a really clear and beautiful message. Feel like there's a lot to admire about you with this. Just being a safe, fun person to have adventures with and enjoy the moment with. So thank you for watching that, and I'm gonna go on to the next pile. Hey, pile 2, this is your reading if you chose this nice little driftwood piece. So I'm going to start with 2 cards, and then I'm going to draw more, but these are kind of the basic theme for what people secretly admire about you. It's reversed Doofter and reversed Blue Min. I think this one, the basic theme is that you just seem very like humble and down to earth, and like you're just enjoying the moment and being there with people. You're not trying to make connections or, get ahead in your career or impress people. Because Doofter is this monster who in Monster Garden, he has very high standards, demands the best, doesn't really have time for friends who are a waste of time. But he's reversed in this reading, so I feel like you're not that. That would be someone who makes you feel like you can only be friends with them if you're good enough, and smart enough or whatever. So you're the opposite of that. Very welcoming to people, or at least you don't seem to be judging anyone. And the Blue Men are these, they float around on the second level of the game. They're just kind of there, floating in the background, kind of out of place, and also a little bit mysterious, and like they're just collecting data on things more so than really becoming friends. And this was also reversed. So I feel like maybe you're more natural, you feel like you belong where you are, and like you're not trying to study people or analyze the situation and make your move. You're just kind of here down to earth and present with people. Let's get some more details on that. It's interesting because the whole game is about befriending monsters, but Doofter's kind of the one that doesn't want friends, and the Blue Men are very much just kind of, they can join your garden, but they're just kind of there collecting data a little bit cold. So you got both those reversed. I feel like you're a warm, friendly person, or at least you don't seem to be threatening, so people feel like you're not going to, judge them, or you're not trying to get anything out of them. I'm just going to draw some more cards. Any cards that fall out of the deck or seem like they come up. Okay, some more cards for this one. Let's do that one. Try to get maybe 6 cards, let's say. Let's just see what these are first. We've got the Star card, and reversed Bobos. Interesting. So the Star card this is someone who kind of brings people together in a party. They draw everyone's attention, and kind of everyone enjoys watching them, listening to them, hearing their jokes. And they provide this light social connection that just makes a social gathering fun and makes a party fun. So, interesting. I feel like you just bring people together, make them feel like they're not being judged. They can just have fun together. And the Bobos, these are a group of characters you find in one part of the game. They each are kind of silly, somewhat immature, overly serious characters, like stomping their feet about things. This one was also reversed, so I feel like you don't seem overly serious. I'm getting the vibe maybe you're like a very fun kind of party person who brings people together. You're not taking yourself so seriously. You're not out to get ahead or, analyze other people or, coldly hold back observing the situation. You're in there having fun, not not petty or small-minded, maybe very generous and generous and open with other people. Because a lot of these, they're kind of holding back, gathering data, holding back, judging people. And like this one of like being stuck in this really small mindset. So I feel like you're open, generous, not holding back, and giving people this fun party vibe. Maybe you love being the center of attention. And I think people like it when you're the center of attention because you're someone who it's fun to watch because you don't take yourself so seriously. I think that could be true for some people. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Maybe one more card. Let's see if another one comes out. Let's say that one. Reverse Jelly Pot. Interesting. This whole reading is somewhat similar to Group 1, honestly. You might want to check that one too. Group 1 also had Reverse Jelly Pot, which Jelly Pot is a monster that on the outside it's behaving pretty serious and normal, just saying, oh, yeah. But on the inside it's kind of, everything is kind of a joke to this character. It's kind of smirking with a knowing look on its face. So this one, it's a positive character, but it could come off as a little bit condescending or smirking. But again, you got this one reversed, so I think you don't seem held back. That's what a lot of these cards are saying. I think you're just there and open and present. You're not kind of pulled back and watching people from afar. So I think people really admire that about you. I think that shows that you are comfortable being yourself and feel safe and confident to be open like that. And then finally, you got the love and the support and encouragement love card right side up. So this one, I feel like people feel very supported and encouraged by you. Maybe it goes with this party one. Not only do you bring people together, but then you're making them feel supported and encouraged. I think they maybe admire you as a kind of leader that brings people together, gives people support and encouragement, doesn't feel the need to judge people or have any kind of, just doesn't have to judge people or be small-minded about things. That's a really nice reading. I feel like I should get maybe one more final card because this does feel similar to group one. Let's see what really maybe is different from this one in group one. Or what's a final special twist for this group? Because you got a lot of reverse cards about what you're not, and they all kind of give a clear message, and then the two ones about what you are. Oops, I've reversed. I put those in different places. One more final card for this group, if there is anything. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, it's two. Guess you're getting two. It's Tinty, and I don't know if these were supposed to be right side up or wrong side. Let's just look at them how they are. This is the another character from the same level as Jellypot. This is a kind of extremely awkward character, but just accepts how awkward it is and is just kind of fumbling along, but totally okay with that, kind of not trying to improve. But I feel like you have a lot of confidence with how you are, and people admire that you're the center of attention and bringing people the support and encouragement, not judging anyone, and confidently putting yourself out there. Um, with this reversed, maybe you actually they admire how you seem to be like putting yourself out there and learning and trying to get better, not just accepting that you're a broken little clunker TV like this monster. And then interestingly, you got the Mel Revolution Time card. This is a monster that's out to start a revolution. You can see it standing on a table speaking to an audience. I feel like people admire how you command people's attention. And again, with this, with not just accepting being broken, like inspiring change, and you're very inspiring um, with the way maybe you set a role model of you're trying to put yourself out there, improve yourself, not be negative and judgmental. And I feel like you're a very, maybe you're a leader and very inspiring to people in that way. In the case of Mel, this monster's out to like stand up for other monsters, not let anybody mess with you, or not let any authority tell you what to do. I feel like you maybe are an authority and or leader in a very good way, though, in inciting people to change with this support and encouragement that you give them. So that was a beautiful reading. I'm just going to leave it there. Thank you for watching that. Please let me know in the comments how you felt about that reading. That was a very nice one. And see you next time. Thank you. Hi, Pile 3. This is your reading. If you chose this nice, big, gnarled driftwood that I really love, I'm just going to put it right there. So I started each pile just with 2 cards to set the tone, and then I'm going to draw more to get some details. So let's see what your first 2 cards are. We've got Tukas and the Reversed Strength. Interesting. So Tukas is this character who he, at first, he with his other fellow booty biker boys is serving this boss. They're really busy all the time. And so in this level, each monster has their own way of standing up against the boss. And the boss is telling everyone to be efficient and meet deadlines and stuff. And Tukas's response is like, I want to just experience being completely inefficient and meeting no deadlines, just like bumbling around, not being productive, and see where that leads me. So this is a card of taking downtime to rest, and in the process potentially discovering totally new interests and hobbies, because when you're constantly fast-paced, it's hard to learn about yourself and discover these things that you might have needed all along but you weren't aware of. And then with the Reverse Strength card, this is a card about having strength beneath the surface and deep roots. This character is almost like a superhero with hidden strength that nobody knows about. So I feel like this is about hidden strength nobody knows about. I feel like you have something that you're obviously good at. You're obviously talented, or you're obviously a leader in something, or anyone who knows you knows this. So that's like clear and well known, and yet you're just totally humble about it, just kind of going along and being comfortable just not knowing what's going on, as opposed to having an ego and then, telling people your expert opinion and stuff like that. You're almost shockingly comfortable just like being clueless and being humble and learning new things, even though you have some really obvious strengths, or even in situations where you could be, you know, confidently pushing other people around or something. You just have no interest in that. I feel like that's the basic idea. And sorry for this background noise, but let's pull some other cards and see what they say. I'm just going to let cards fall out, or maybe just if they fall to the side. That was a lot of them. Let's see. Just if any come out for this deck. There's one. Maybe we'll get like 6 or so. That's the Revolution. Interesting. Mel, the Revolution character. Let's see if one will really fall out here. Oop, there we go. Okay. This is a really interesting group so far. Let's make some room here. So Mel is the one that incites a revolution. You can see her on that table inspiring people to action. I feel like it's actually maybe counterintuitively very inspiring how humble you are. It makes other people want to improve themselves. I feel like sometimes when you see someone who's really talented, but they totally have a huge ego, it just makes you roll your eyes and not want to be like them. But for you, people are like, wow, they're like so, they've got all these strengths and skills, and look how humble and down to earth they are. That makes me feel like I could do this because you just seem like a normal person, yet you're obviously really talented. I think that makes people want to change themselves too. Let's look at the other cards. We've got, love, support, and encouragement. This is interesting. This is basically the human and monster version of very similar energy, of loving energy. So this is the human one is kind of almost like a love goddess, or like a very mothering energy that makes people feel supported and encouraged. And then Fufter is a very loving monster that just wants to be friends with all the monsters. He offers no judgment. He just wants to welcome and embrace everybody. So this is an interesting combination. I feel like you definitely make people feel supported and encouraged by setting this role for them. And with reversed Fufter, I feel like it's that you clearly do have, some skills and standards and you're good at what you do. It's not that you're just totally blah and accepting everyone and everything. You clearly have like standards and qualities and qualifications, yet you're just very humble about it. And I think that gives people a lot of encouragement, that you don't have to be either a know-it-all annoying person or a person with, who doesn't try and just wants to accept everything how it is. I think you're setting an example of like achieving things and still not seeing yourself as a big deal. Maybe you do something performance related, I don't know, but Tukas then decides to become a dancer, and Mel is kind of on a table announcing things, like giving a speech. And in the comic this character's from, she's kind of the star of the show, a superhero eating delicious foods and saving the world. I feel like maybe all of that is about you setting an example. Maybe it's a metaphor that you're on a stage and that you inspire other people. Although these two characters are very shy, like reserved and humble, and they're both reversed. And this is very strong revolutionary energy. This is the strong loving energy that's very out there. And Tukas decides to become like a dancer that's also putting himself out there. I think people appreciate that you're going for it, but you're also still down to earth and open with your skills, but like in a healthy way, not showing off, but also not hiding them and being overly humble. Like Fufter would just be like, "Oh, me? No, I'm terrible at that. That's nothing." So it's like you're just frankly open there with your skills and being a down to earth, cool person still. So that's super inspiring to people, I think. And then finally, we got the reversed precision card. Yeah, okay, for sure. This just confirms everything. This is the card that's almost cutthroat with seeing exactly when and where to act to completely and thoroughly finish the job and just get it done almost in a cold way, which can be good. Sometimes we need to totally get something done. But in reversed, this card means not being cutthroat. So you don't come off as cutthroat. You're somehow like talented, high achieving, skilled, but people are like shocked that you did that without being a cutthroat like jerk basically. So I think that's probably kind of mysterious to people and also inspiring. It makes them feel like, wow, I could do this too. I don't have to be this like cutthroat businessman or businesswoman to like be skilled and successful and get ahead. That is a really nice reading. I feel like maybe one more card, then I'll call this one a wrap. Well, that kind of confirmed everything, but let's just see one more. Something they admire about you. Maybe it's something different they also admire about you or something related. One more message for this group. Oh, here we go. It's the Tinty character, broken and beautiful. And I suppose it was supposed to be reversed. This is a broken, clunky television that's kind of totally awkward, just accepts that it's awkward. It kind of gives up on trying, but it accepts the beauty of just being broken, being awkward, being yourself, totally accepting. So this is reversed. So again, I feel like this also confirms that like you're not just accepting nothing. You're not just like not trying. You're like trying and achieving things, but with like a healthy attitude. So yeah, it's like this balance between making real effort, but also having a great attitude about it, still being down to earth, and still expecting things. I feel like maybe people do get a little bit of vibe that you expect things from them. Maybe you're a teacher in a role like that where it's not that you're a slack teacher, but you're not like a mean, brutal, cutthroat teacher either. They like look up to you and respect you, and then it's nice that they get a vibe of you're expecting things that makes them want to try more, but they know that you're also just down to earth and cool and approachable about it. So that's a beautiful mixture of things for being a teacher or a leader or performer of some sorts, which I feel like you're doing something like that. Whether you realize it or not, you're kind of in a public, or you're looked to as a leader or a role model. Maybe you don't see yourself that way yet. So I'm going to end the reading there. Thank you for being here with me for that reading. That was very nice, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye. So hi, Pile 4. This is your reading if you chose the Mr. Bobo plushie doll. Someone on Twitter made this after playing my game Monster Garden, which was one of the most beautiful things I've ever received in my life. So that's a really special object. So far, the other readings were quite similar. Let's see if this one is different. So I put 2 cards in each reading to start, then I'm going to draw more. These just kind of set the tone. Oh wait, I'll keep Mr. Bobo right there. So let's just see what these are. The reversed knowing card, and then ready and awaiting orders. Interesting. So this card is about having gone through a lot and having a lot of things you just know from experience that are kind of deeper than words, can't really be expressed in words. And then this is this very practical card of being ready and awaiting orders. It's like when you have the skills and experience and the vision, and it's time to take action. But so with these together in this combination, I feel like you're very clear and practical. And how this one's reversed, it's kind of like there's you're very clear with what needs to be done. There's not like a hidden, confusing something below the surface that people can't figure out. They like that you're up front and I think people appreciate that you're upfront, practical, and clear with what needs to be done and what you want to do, and just get the job done and cut to the chase without, worrying about any fluffy, duffy, hard to pin down, fleeting ideas. You're very practical and getting things done. Is what I'm getting so far. But let's get some more cards and see what they say. Also, maybe you're just very active and you do a lot of things, because this is kind of a card of extreme internal meditating on your issues, alone time. When I want to redraw all the illustrations, and this one I'm thinking is kind of gazing into a pond, sitting alone. This is very active, involved card. So I feel like you're active. People admire how much you're doing. Maybe they're even surprised that you get so many things done, and then you seem like you never just sit there doing nothing. You're like ready to go. Let's see some more cards for details about that. I'll try to get maybe 6 cards or so. I'll just see what cards fall out. If they kind of fall to the side, I might take them that way too. Whoops, okay, there we go. There's 2 cards. Let's see what these are. Reversed Foofter and Reversed Drizzy. Interesting. Yeah, so Foofter is a character that wants to be friends with anyone. He kind of, in a sense, has no standards. He just wants to embrace everyone to the point that he's so shy he can barely get a word out. Because he doesn't want to exclude anyone or offend anyone. And that's beautiful to have that level of gentleness. But I feel like in your case, it's reassuring that you're not so scared to talk or struggling to, like, too shy to say something because you don't want to stomp on someone's toe. You're just like ready to go, put yourself out there and let's do this. And then Drizzy, this is a a monster that kind of sees that everything in this game is just a game. It's kind of a meta character that sees the bigger picture, and it's almost nihilistic. It has the power to delete monsters, and it's like, this is all nothing. It's not a big deal. So I think you're very much don't seem like this. Maybe you're reassuring to people who are very low motivation and feel things are pointless, because you feel, to you, things, when they see you, sorry, my voice, 4 readings in a row is a lot. You seem like things are worth doing. You're out there doing stuff. It's very reassuring if people are kind of feeling down in the dumps, or like everything's pointless. You're out there getting things done and inspiring with your action. You're not like holding back or scared to make a move. So let's see maybe what type of things you're doing. Get a few more cards. Okay, like maybe that one. See if some more will fall out. Oh, okay, there's one. Like that was one too. So this is the loving support and encouragement card. So yeah, I think they find it very encouraging to see you out there doing stuff, and maybe doing things that support and help people, not wasting time like, oh gosh, will this really help? Will this really make a difference? Like, oh, this would help, let's do that. So then you do it. I feel like you're just very pragmatic, and you see what would actually work, and then you do it with no worrying if this is worth it, or like just sitting around pondering or being too shy for action. See these, interesting. It's reverse take the lead. So this is a character who people who takes the lead kind of humorously, like maybe being a little bit telling people what to do just to kind of enjoy having that power over people, but in a way that people kind of don't mind, and they know this person knows what they're doing, so they're willing to listen to them. But I feel like maybe you're not actually a leader. You're not the one in charge telling people what to do. You're not trying to command people. You're just out there doing your own thing. You're not waiting for anyone to be the leader or announce that this is okay, or announce that this is what we're doing now. You just go there and do it, and people are like, what? Where did that come from? It's like kind of confusing that you're just confusing in a good way, that they admire it. They're just like, oh, that it's possible just to go and do this, and with no one told you to do it. No, you're not taking charge of other people or making them do it. I feel like maybe you're very independent. And then with Rufy, this is a character that it's in the second level of the game. This is a kind of a character that's stumbling over its words. It can't speak properly because it's very anxious. And if in the end of the game you become friends with it and you free it from its home, from its boss that was making it so anxious. But Rufy never really gets able to speak clearly. The point of this character is kind of just embracing your weird self and accepting how you are and finding people that don't mind your weird quirks and inability to communicate or whatever. But this is reversed. I feel like this is not you. You're not someone who just can't figure out what to do. Like Rufy's up one minute, down the other minute, then like yelling, whispering, whatever. Unlike this, you're just clear, know what you want, and you do it. And you're not stumbling over words or struggling to accept yourself and having this kind of existential struggle. So I feel like these are giving a very clear message of independence, just doing the things that you see that would be worthwhile to happen. And so not just selfish things either, but things that people find supportive and encouraging. You're like, well, somebody should go fix that broken door, so then you just do it. No one told you to do it, you didn't get anything out of it, and you didn't like fumble with it, or you just go for the things that need to be done. I think people really admire that about you. Let's see if we can get one more card, since we do have a row of 4 and 4 going now. Any other cards for group 4? Well, I'm not really getting anything. Maybe this is... Oh, there we go. Okay. And this is... Yeah, okay. This is a precision throw and complete card. This is the character that just sees exactly when and where to strike without wasting energy along the way. It's kind of like, to use a kind of lame stereotype, like a ninja who sees that this is the one weak point and this is how you pick a lock. They just efficiently just get the lock picked and the door's open, as opposed to like bashing against the wall, trying to blow up the wall with a bomb or a waste of energy. It's like very efficient energy, seeing when where to strike and not wasting time with all this extra stuff. This is like a very clear message of you're not wasting time. Not only not wasting time worrying about yourself, but like not wasting time on an inefficient approach. You're able to see the way to do it and then you do it. This is like very powerful and naturally very impressive to people, and they admire it a lot. So yeah, that's a very clear message. Just in terms of other details, I meant to do this with other readings, in terms of little more practical details of maybe things they admire, just to some other themes of the characters. This character is obviously doing martial arts. It's also kind of when I want to redraw the illustrations, this one's kind of a strategic planning character, so you could be good at making really practical plans. This is a character working with your hands. You could be good at working with your hands, like I said, picking locks, like making things happen on a physical level, and just seeing and knowing what to do. Maybe just have like a really natural talent where you can just see the thing that needs to be done with whatever skill it is that you're working with. You don't have to read a book or read a guide. You somehow just have this intuitive sense or like a natural skill with things. This is a character that loves food. Foofter also is a gardening monster fruit. Maybe it's something about food or growing and gardening. These are also very nourishing things. I feel like it's very... people admire how you're helping people with this pragmatic know-how that you seem to just magically have. And this is also another character from a comic about food. There's quite a few food themes. Then again, that's because I always make comics about food because I love food. So could be that. There's so much strong cards though. This is like about inner strength, but he himself is also strong. This is like a strong fighter. This character is saving the world in the manga that she's from, and this is like a character that has this, although she may not have physical strength, she sees just where to strike. So just like so much strength, either you're physically strong or powerful or very skilled, or people just get strength from seeing you doing your thing. If knowing what to do, getting it done really quickly and well for like the common good. None of this like depressing, what's the point stuff, and no need to like control people or a situation or have someone else tell you what to do. Also with this character like is about getting free from this boss. I feel like you don't need a boss. You are your own boss. I think you're very independent. You are your own boss, and you also don't need to boss other people around. It's like people admire and are maybe shocked by how independent you are. Like no one else is involved. You're just doing your thing and going for it, and they're like, wow. So thank you for watching this reading. Please put in the comments section if you found it accurate, and I'm going to finish it here. Thank you. So that's all the readings. Thank you for watching. If you liked this, please like the video and leave a comment and subscribe. And thank you. I'll be planning to post more videos soon. And thanks for watching. If you want to book a personal reading, there's details in the description. There's also details about my Patreon and anything else I might add. Thank you again, and see you next time. Bye.